From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away, and we are underway from Cincinnati. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
368!
Dalton throwing on second down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well.
They go 368! Heavy.
Dalton, first and 10. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down. Completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. There he goes inside the 30. Wide open receiver complete. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He's to the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard, 25 yards to the house. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Alert! Alert! 3 down, 3 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over!
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Jackson now off the bootleg. Forced out to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. The veteran safety, George Iloka, there to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 20.
4 down.
Now they try the right side here. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Dalton bootlegs out. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And Dalton to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Detroit! Over!
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Calvin Ridley, 29 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Bullock out now to kick this one away. Returnable for Dorsett. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Over!
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. George Iloka, the one that comes up to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Sam Cook now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. And this one is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
87 speed. 87 speed. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
To throw again, Dalton. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Play action. It's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Go on the ball. On the ball. Heavy. Here you go, 368. Heavy.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? His throw incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. And he comes back with one complete. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. To throw here, Dalton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw again, Dalton. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Off the bootleg, Jackson. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Single receiver, hey.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, this is Geis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They go play action now. Jackson. Incomplete. The veteran safety, George Iloka, there to break that one up.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Back to the ground game now with Geis. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And out now, here come the Bengals. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. This is Geis. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Tucker with the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken short. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll begin here with Bernard. Shedding the tackle. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down, Dalton. Going deep downfield for Roll. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Leopard! Detroit!
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Good! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Jackson on first down. Being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Going to throw again. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Philip Dorsett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Go on the ball. On the ball. Hey, guys, check me out.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Returnable for Dorsett. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
4 down. Check.
On second down, here's Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Over!
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Detroit!
Play action. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
4 down, check, 4 down. All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's Jackson throwing again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Ravens on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Dalton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Dalton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And caught right side, Green. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And the fans probably thinking, wow, that's the first time Dalton and Green have connected here, and it's late. Where have they been?
And because they haven't been there, haven't been present, haven't done it often, their team is losing right now. It's vital that those two connect if they want to have a chance.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. 43 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Andrews. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he checks this one down to Williams. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. Open man is Uzama. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Hey, you got 3. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Heavy.
Throwing, Dalton. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Alert. 3 down.
Dalton here from the gun. On the right side, caught by Green. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Calvin Ridley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals, if they can convert the extra point, will have the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Ravens. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Detroit!
On second down, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll try and get it with Geis. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Fights through, and now a crease. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock, so Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Heavy. Tight ends right. Hey. Over.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They start on the ground with Geis. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Leopard! Over!
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he stopped immediately there. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. The Ravens on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 8.
We got it! Kill! Watch him now, Barney!
Geis receives the pitch. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. It's do or die for Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Baltimore, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati,